Um, I find this Tapatio very green, very vegetal, very bright, and I love that about it. It's something I also find in Ocho, mostly of all things that you make. It's just got tons of green agave. How do you do that? How do you get that agave? And you can even speak for Ocho if you'd like. How do you get that? Better question. How do you manipulate where the agave is in the flavor? Front, back, up, down, little over here, more spice. How do you do that?
Well, I'm not even that sure of how to do it. I mean, I would say it's basically experience, going to the fields and even recognizing from one field to another field which kind of flavors they will provide. I mean, from one field to another field, we have always noticed and known that there's a difference. In the past, what we used to do, it was try to masquerade that or try to avoid talking about it. I mean, if it's a distilled spirit, it should always taste the same. Till it came a moment, and that happened basically with Ocho, to say, you know what, let's tell the people that it is really always a difference. I mean, from one agave field to another agave field, even if it sounds kind of crazy,
Yep.
you talk about terroir when you're talking about wine, but on a distilled spirit, talking about terroir, you know what? I have been feeling that for years and years. Yes, from one field to another field, there's always a difference. There's always a certain particular character of the agave that will be imparted into the tequila.
Yes.
The good part that we can recognize that is, again, as we do not buy agave from the open market, as we do not use agave from a lot of different fields at the same time, but we harvest one field at a time. It gives us the chance to recognize, okay, this is the profile for this particular field. Some of them will be more herbaceous, some of them will be more smoky,
Okay.
more peppery, but always will be changing. So instead of basically trying to manipulate the agave again in order to get those flavors, what I try to do is to avoid mixing those. Okay, this lot number
Yes.
will be very earthy.
Yes.
Next lot, maybe as it comes from another agave field, it's going to be very green, very herbaceous.
Yes.
But again, is the agave the one that basically is transmitting its flavor instead of me trying to manipulate? I mean, on production, what we try to manipulate is the fact that if we use the Tahona or not, that is not just because of using the Tahona. When we use the Tahona, we can never separate juice from solids. So we have to ferment the whole thing, and we have to distill the whole thing. And
Yes.
at the end, that's what I would say for El Tesoro imparts a very strong agave character.
Yes.
By using machinery like with Tapatio, we don't get that much strong agave character. It is a little smooth tequila.